we get there?
Here I go!
Dad.
Jules, how did you know I was here? Is there something you all needed to speak with me about?
It's been a long time, so I know how difficult it is to see her. Either way, you know Mom's never going to stop looking for you.
Ah, so she did see me. I should have been more discreet.
If you don't mind me asking, Dr. Noah, what are you doing here?
Ah, right. Do you see this plaque behind me? Inscribed on it is a record of diseases throughout history. I came to see if I could find anything useful.
Oh, I see. You were looking for a way to cure Jules.
What?
Am I really that transparent? Still, this might be a good opportunity for me to explain everything to you all. You deserve to know what happened. It was many years ago, long before I knew anything about homunculi. I came to learn of an institution that fostered war orphans. That was where I first met you, Jules.
I was a war orphan?
Yes. Aprilis had entrusted the four of you to that orphanage. She couldn't take care of you on her own. It was her last resort.
That's understandable.
Indeed, it was in that orphanage where we met Jules. You should have seen how happy Pamela was. After all, she couldn't bear children of her own.
Mom couldn't have children?
Unfortunately not. But I know that she loved you more because of it. The years after we adopted you were the happiest of our lives. When you became ill, it devastated your mother. That's when I promised her that I would find a cure for you.
Dad.
One day, in my desperate search to find a treatment, a man approached me. That man was an alchemist named Zola.
Papa.
He told me who he was and asked for my help in his alchemy research. It was then he revealed to me that you, Jules, were a homunculus. I thought that if I helped him, I would eventually find a way to cure your disease.
I had no idea. But why did you have to leave us?
The hero you were created from suffered from the same disease as you. I surmised that the hero's body would lead me to more clues about the disease. However, Zola kept a firm grip on his research. As a condition for becoming his adjutant, I was forbidden from leaving the prison.
Dad,
It's not your fault, Jules. Being sick isn't ever anyone's fault. Believe me, my deepest regret is leaving you and your mother without saying goodbye.
Jules, there's something you've been wanting to say, isn't there? You don't have to wait anymore.
Yufa.
Dad. To tell you the truth, there were many things I wanted to say to you when I saw you again. I wanted to tell you how much I despised you. How much I hated you. But now, how could I say any of those things?
Jules.
Thanks, Dad. For taking care of me. For being my dad. And for trying to find a cure for me. Thank you.
Jules.
As a doctor, it would be imprudent of me to be too optimistic. But I'm progressively coming to understand your disease. There's still a chance for a cure. I will do everything in my power to save you.
Dad.
Good thing you two finally hashed it out. Hey, by the way, what kind of research were you helping Zola with exactly?
I was looking for ways to extract memories from a person's soul. That research allowed me to create the primordials and monsters from Adol's memories. I imagine Zola plans on taking this research even further.
Even further?
But what about Shadowlord? I thought you two were working together.
You must mean how Shadowlord gathered those with desirable talents in the prison. That was Zola's plan all along. He was merely using Master Shadowlord. Zola was the one who truly needed them. In spite of that, he rarely shows himself in the prison nowadays. I'm afraid even I don't know what he planned on doing with them.
Whatever it was, I'm sure it wasn't anything good.
Zola is an unforgiving man, if his treatment of Shadowlord was any indication. But if you asked me if he were evil, I wouldn't be able to tell you. He sincerely believes his actions are just, regardless of the implications.
You mean he's a whack job, the kind you stay away from?
That may be true. I admit, I have my fair share of blame for your hardships, Monstros. For that, I apologize. It was the least I could do to make it up to you. But I don't expect to be forgiven on that alone.
Dad.
I'll go see your mother soon, Jules. You have my word. My son is fighting his best even when sick. It's only right that I work just as hard. After it's all over, we'll go back to how it was. You, me, and your mother. Crimson King. No, Adol. Zola is profoundly fascinated with you. You have no reason to trust me, but I suggest that you be careful. Now then, it's nearly sunset. I'd better return to the prison. You'll have to excuse me.
Dad, you be careful too.
Yes, I will.
Hey, good for you, Jules.
Yeah, thanks. I should thank you guys too.
We're all happy for you, Jules. Your dad is a good person after all.
I believe there is much I can learn from him as well.
Yeah, he's all right. Can we go back to town now?
Yeah.
Oh, would you get a load of this spread?
It all really does look amazing.
The presentation, the colors, it's all absolutely gorgeous. I've got a thing or two to learn.
I can't remember the last year I celebrated the Victory Day Festival. Thank you for the invitation, Adol. So that's what this is. Of course, I'll help however I can.
Please, Dr. Noah, you must try some.
Thank you. I think I will. Oh, this flavor. It tastes like...
I'm surprised you could tell right away. And now, the other guest of honor has arrived.
Sorry I took so long, Jules. I brought the rest of the food you asked for. Oh, my.
Pamela! Is that you?
Smirnoff? Oh, my dear Smirnoff, it really is you! Thank goodness you're safe. It really was you I saw in town. You look a little tired, but I'm glad you seem well otherwise.
I'm sorry, Pamela. I know how worried you must have been after I left without saying anything.
Not at all, my dear. I knew you must have had a good reason. I'm guessing it's still not time for you to come home. Am I right?
Yes.
That's okay. You do what you need to do. I can wait a little longer. In return, eat as much as you can tonight so you get the nutrition you need.
Pamela.
Oh, I love happy endings.
By the way, did Jules' mother make all of this wonderful food by herself?
Jules had a hand in helping her cook. He certainly is a gentleman at heart.
It really is delicious. I'll have to brush up on my own cooking.
Look at Dad. He doesn't know what to do with himself. Serves him right. Thank you, Adol. Tonight was a success. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to give you this. I made some extra while I was helping my mom, so I thought I'd give it to you as thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was before I became a monstrum. But while I was visiting the city once, I overheard something that intrigued me. A rumor about an adventurer named Adol the Red who traveled the world. Ever since I first heard about him, it made me want to live my life to the fullest. That's why I wrote my nails in the coffin. Hey, this isn't easy for me either, you know? But I mean it. Thanks, Adol. I'm glad I had a chance to finally meet you.
Oh, welcome, welcome. Come again anytime.
There's something here. Can you take this at all?
Something's there.
There's something here.
How about this one?
Oh, Rodario, that one simply won't do. I think girls these days prefer frills like this one has.
Oh, for crying out loud, Melissa. You don't like any of the ones I pick. Maybe this would be easier if you just picked it yourself.
I do have my opinions, but I could never decide all on my own.
Is everything okay, Anemona?
Yes. I was just thinking about Melissa and Rodario's conversation. It reminded me of something. Of something from your past? Yes. A memory from many years ago. Of a time I spent with Rosvita. With Aprilis. What do you think, Anemona?
What do I think? You wish to know if that dress is defective? No, silly! It's a new outfit for you to wear. It took me a long time to make these. It's a present from me to you. A present? Then shall I give you something in return? You don't need to give me anything. I just want us to be friends, Anemona. Papa has already instructed me to do so. That's not what I mean. Why? How could you do that?
Your doll was getting old. I merely attempted to give her a new body. However, I did not expect her soul to reject it and disappear.
But you didn't have to throw her away!
What is the reason for this outburst?
You don't know anything! I've had Anemona since I was little. She was my only friend!
I can't believe my eyes. I thought you were gone forever. Here you are. I want so badly to take you with me, but you have your own life now. And I can't risk losing you again. Goodbye, Anemona. Until next time.
She didn't take you because she was worried about you. It sounds like Aprilis was actually a pretty normal girl.
I'm kind of relieved to hear that.
Anemona, you're smiling. Oh. So it seems dolls can smile too.
Anemona.
So what you were looking for was Aprilis all along?
Perhaps, but only in the beginning. Now I wish to find a way to end the Grimwald Nox forever. Aprilis has been fighting alone for so long. But now, I can do something to help her. I do not want for her to feel alone again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hadal.
So, what do you all think about this Zola guy?
From what I know about him, he sounds unpredictable. And his magnum opus is anybody's guess.
Yeah, I just hope that we'll find out soon.
Now then, Monstroms, what do you say we finish up my request?
What? But you already killed all of the homunculi.
There's just one more to go. This one.
You cannot mean...
Wait, so you're also a homunculus?
Yeah. Funny, isn't it? What was his name? Shadowlard? I don't know when he created me. It was probably when the real me came to this prison for an inspection. But it doesn't matter now. Would you oblige me at all? I thought you'd say that. That's why I brought someone else to convince you.
I wish to ask this of you as well, Adol.
Parks? What are you doing here?
I recall Parks mentioning that he was friends with Marius.
Marcus Claudius Germanicus. That is the name of one of the most celebrated, revered people in the Roman Empire. Marius is, with all due respect, a homunculus of that man.
What?
It all makes sense now.
What makes sense?
What are you talking about?
Marius is a homunculus of the current Emperor of Rom.
What? He is?
But if you're his friend, then who are you, Parks?
I regret I had to keep it a secret from you all. But my real name is Lindheim. I was formerly only a cardinal of the church, but now I am also Governor General of Glea.
But weren't you supposed to be missing?
Cardinal Lindheim.
I knew you weren't just some old man, but I can't say I saw this coming.
When I went to inspect the prison, I saw an inmate who looked just like His Majesty. I thought my eyes were deceiving me, so I investigated as an undercover prisoner. But I had no idea he was a homunculus.
It was my fault you went through all of that, Lindheim.
Nonsense. It was my choice. I couldn't turn a blind eye to His Majesty, even if you're not precisely the same person. I figured Adol needed to hear this to understand your reasoning.
I believe Shadowlard has some kind of control over me. After we escaped, I knocked Adol out and returned to the prison with him. In the same vein, I think it prevents me from ending my own life. I may not be a real Imperial Knight, but it'd be nice to go out like one. That's why it needs to be you, Adol. You're the only one who can do this.
Yeah.
I owe you one, my friend.
All right, Adol. Don't hold back.
Marius's body is glowing!
I've been better, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. Adol, can I say one more thing before I go? In your adventures, you save people's lives. You lead them, give them courage. You discover the unknown, and little by little, your actions change the world. I'm sure, Adol, that you'll come to understand the meaning of this someday. Well, look at me. Give me this on my deathbed. When you find the answer, tell it to the real me, would you? I'm sure that wisdom will help the world. Find the one who's behind this. You have to stop him. Thanks for being my friend, Adol. We had a good run. Adol.
Thank you, Adol. I know. I'm positive he felt the same way. We're all depending on you to make his final request a reality.
He was one hell of a guy, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
The one who's behind this? He must have known about Zola.
So he was the Emperor's...
I had no idea that you were the Governor General, Parks. I hope we didn't do anything to offend you.
Of course you didn't. And I'm the one who owes you an apology. Forgive me for keeping this a secret from all of you.
You don't have to.
I hope you will find the sincerity in my words, despite my prevarication. I'm very glad to have met you all, though I wish it were in different circumstances. With that, I should also be on my way.
No.
Yeah! The Dandelion never would have been possible without you. You're the one who started it, Governor General or not.
And I believe it would be in your best interest as Governor General to see this through.
It is handy having you around.
Then maybe you could keep those nosy soldiers in check. Well, not that someone like Belger would pose much of a threat.
You are all very convincing. Very well. I shall remain at the Dandelion. Though I may return to my office occasionally to tend to my many long overdue affairs.
Yes.
But are you sure about this? My allegiance lies with Rom.
Of course we are! To us, you're still Parks, not the Governor General.
I understand. I shall be sure to remember that.
Sure thing. Good work out there.
Now, Adol, is this your guard? No? Then how about this one? Very well. Now, if you will just add the two numbers together. You really are a curious fellow, aren't you? But unfortunately, a magician never reveals his secrets. To tell you the truth, I wanted to discuss one other thing. I wished to express my gratitude to you for allowing me to remain as Parks and for treating me as such. I found a great many things that I would never have found as the Cardinal. And most of all, I thank you for saving a friend of mine. If you'd allow me the sentiment, I consider you a friend as well.
Yes.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Balduc's future is still uncertain. I will secure the full capacity of the Roman army to ensure the safety of these citizens. As my friend, you have my full support, so you can focus on what you need to do. Hello there. Yes.
Buying or not? I see. Looking to cut a deal. You saw nothing.
Adol, I'm ready and raring to go. Let me know if you need anything else. Come back anytime.
Something's there.
it a shot!
That blockhead's satisfied after this.
I still do not understand why it is they are fighting.
Get better than drop dead!
With the next strike, this will finally be behind us.
You're as good as I hoped. Nothing beats this feeling. You don't think we're finished, do ya? That's what I like to hear.
They're still at it. They can't even hold their monstrum forms anymore.
Those two never cease to amaze. This reminds me of how Kratos was when he first fought Shadowlord. No, I think he's even more determined now. Oh!
What is it, Krisha?
Is it just me? Or is Kratos' darkness starting to fade?
Huh, maybe it's because he's not in his monstrum form anymore.
Damn it.
How about it? Are you done yet?
Like hell I am. You've got to be kidding me. I can't lift a finger.
That is the consequence of succumbing to the darkness without knowing how to control it. But it's impressive you've lasted this long while carrying it inside you. I suppose you have Shadowlord to thank for that.
Huh? What are you on about?
For a long time, your only goal was to defeat Shadowlord. Your determination offset the negativity of your darkness, helping you maintain a balance. When Shadowlord was killed, your goal was no more, and your determination faded. That's when the darkness regained its control over you.
What? There's no way in hell.
You are a homunculus of a warrior known as a berserker. Their strength and darkness were two sides of the same coin. Does this sound familiar?
Since I was a kid, I was good at just about everything without putting in much effort. For a long time, I didn't get how people could be dedicated to anything. But that all changed the first time I got myself into a sword fight. The fear and thrill I felt as I eluded death with every swing of my sword. And then the ensuing euphoria after surviving the life-threatening ordeal. For the first time, I felt alive. I had finally found meaning in my life. Not long after that, I watched Sister Lisa die right there in front of me. After that, things changed. I started challenging strangers, anybody who could put up a fight. I could only feel alive when I was staring death in the face.
Contrary to what you believe, you're not a fighter, Credo.
What'd you say?
Being good at everything made you feel like nothing was worth dedicating yourself to. But then you finally found something. Something you couldn't pick up right away. For the first time, you felt the desire to improve yourself.
A desire to improve, huh?
The satisfaction of overcoming your weaknesses. This instinct is the very darkness inside you, and the source of the Berserker's power. There's a thin line between conquering the darkness and being conquered by it.
You're not making any sense.
At this very moment, as you lie there helpless on the ground, what do you feel?
Pissed off at how I didn't stand a chance against him.
If you were truly angry, would you be smiling?
I'm smiling?
Perhaps you feel like you found what you were looking for. You might even feel gratitude toward your opponent.
Huh?
You must have felt the same way after you lost to Shadowlard.
I was grateful to him?
Warriors like you need a fair fight where they can realize their fullest potential. As long as you understand this, you will never be swallowed by your darkness again. Things are often simpler than they seem. You need only to change your perspective. Dr. Noah told me something. He said that Shadowlard and Sister Lisa were childhood friends.
What?
It's possible Sister Lisa asked him to watch over you. I am as much to blame for placing you in that orphanage to begin with. I'm sorry, Credo, for everything.
That's a whole lot of jabbering just to embarrass me. For someone they call a saint, you sure are a pain in the ass. I give up. You win, alright? I guess I can stick with you guys a little longer.
Good. Welcome back. I have you to thank, Adol. Now, we can face the Grimwald Nox as a complete team.
It appears all is well now.
Ugh, you guys really had me worried.
Hey, how's it feel to be dragged home by Mommy after running away?
Come closer and say that again.
I'm just happy that Kratos back.
Yes, I think we all are. I need to speak with you all about what's to come. Let's continue this discussion at the Dandelion. Adol, would you please carry Credo?
Not in a million years.
What's the matter? Big boy Quato can't walk on his own?
You little shit. Enjoy it while you still can.
All right! That went great!
Oh, why does it have to be the Victory Day Festival, of all days?
It's the day when the monsters are most active as a result of their amassed enmity. Monsters are more vicious today than any other time in the year. It's a testament to how deep the scars left by the 100 Years' War really are.
A 100-year war with a 500-year-old curse, huh?
And now they're overflowing into our side.
Civilians will be out celebrating. We'd best exercise caution.
Yes. Tonight the Grimwald Nox will appear. And it will be like none other you've faced thus far.
How will tonight be different from the other times?
If If it were just more monsters, it may not pose a great threat for you monsters. But the truth of the matter is, we don't know what'll happen until the time comes. I searched as much as I could, but I can't be certain of anything.
So, we're going in blind?
The Grimwald Nox is nothing more than a shell that the gods created. What resides within it is determined by the emotions it has accumulated.
Like the kid said, we're going into a wolf's den dressed like sheep. Well, I suppose it wouldn't be much fun if we knew exactly what to expect.
Did you find anything about where Zola is? You mentioned that we might not have to fight him after all.
Yeah, nobody's heard from him.
I doubt that coward would have shown his face anyway.
Even I do not fully comprehend Papa. He does not see the world as we do. As his prior actions suggest, there is nothing he will not do to complete his research. I am not the best judge of character, but I advise against thinking of him as an ally.
He was a remarkably adept strategist during the war and was always true to his ideals. We had more than our share of arguments because of that. We should expect that he will intervene.
He seems pretty quick to turn a blade against his allies from the 100 Years' War. Not that I wouldn't do the same to him.
So, what now? We're just gonna sit on our hands until the Grimwald Nox?
But there's still the danger of monsters appearing in the city. It couldn't hurt to go look around.
Yufa's right. Either way, we'll all come back here when it's time.
Be vigilant in areas where enmity may have accumulated the most, especially places that have ties to the 100 Years' War.
We'll keep our eyes peeled.
So the plan is to patrol the city until the Grimwald Nox emerges.
The clock's ticking. Be careful out there, Adel. Now might be a good time to polish up your equipment, top off your supplies.
And do come home safe and sound, okay, my darlings? I'll have a glorious feast ready for you once you return.
What's wrong?
What? Just thought I'd say thanks. Yeah, I'm sure. Aprilis said the same thing. I'm usually against thanking people for doing things I didn't ask for. But I figured I owed it to you two. Anyway, take it or leave it. Doesn't matter to me. About being a berserker or whatever, I'm still looking to go out with a bang. But at least things make a little more sense than they did before. You can sleep easy knowing I ain't gonna be losing control and slicing people up anymore. Don't push your luck. Fine. I'll let it slide today. But it's not gonna be the answer you were hoping to hear. Shadowlord was the one who told me he'd be good for me if I joined the Knights. And when I found out he was looking out for me this whole time... I ain't gonna thank him. And I sure as hell ain't gonna apologize either. But I wouldn't have minded sharing a drink with him like this. Lisa too. Guess this is what happens to people who get too close to me. That goes for you too, Adol. Don't say I didn't warn you. You think? Well, after our duel at the arena, I think I learned a thing or two about you. And now I found a new appreciation for fighting. That Super Grimwald Nox or whatever can't come soon enough. Personally, I don't have a problem with this curse sticking around. Huh? Guess I've never given it much thought. But traveling and fighting like you doesn't sound so bad to me.
Then...
You're kidding, right? That's a hard pass. I'm just gonna enjoy the upcoming fight. I'll figure out the rest when it comes.
There's a method to smoking cigars. First, inhale the smoke slowly and deeply, and continue breathing through your nose. Roll the smoke inside your mouth. Let the flavor settle on your tongue. There's not a single crease or blemish on that face of yours, Adol. It might be several more years before you'll appreciate a good smoke. On a different note, you may have seen this around the city. It seems the Bells of Freedom have taken up the mantle of local militia. They're providing security at the festival, even patrolling the city for crime. They're doing a good job at that, considering they were intended as a stand-in for the Knights. The people acknowledge that, and who knows? Maybe they'll stick around. And you know who made that possible? You did, Adol. We are all grateful to you.
No.
Possibly. But I never anticipated that the Bells of Freedom would flourish this much. Glia is on the cusp of change. And I believe that change will bring about a brighter future for this city. Oh, Adol, you've been traveling for many years, haven't you? I've often speculated how Glia compares to the rest of the world. As one who isn't a native Glian, what is your impression of it? Is that so? Would you mind elaborating? That's a wonderful perspective. It fills this old bag with pride, knowing the young ones treasure the city in their own way. If you wouldn't mind, I would love to hear of your other unforgettable adventures. Your tales would pair nicely with these fine cigars.
It's you. Looking to cut it, do you? I see. Looking to cut it, do you? You saw nothing.
I see.
At all. The doctor's in. Always such a tease. Take care up there.
Have a moment? At all.
Au revoir. As you wish. But au revoir.
Adol! Bye-bye! See you later!
I'm ready and raring to go. Let me know if you need anything else. I'm ready and raring to go. Just leave it to me. Just leave it to me. Oh, all done? Come back anytime. Yeah. Here I go! Come back anytime.
Sure thing. Which do you want? Backing out? What do you want to bet you do? Sure thing. Good work out there.
Adol.
Anemona, is this what I think it is?
So you remember, you promised that we would have a tea party after the war was over.
Yes, I did promise that before I left. I can't believe you still remember. I'm sorry, Anemona. I should have been the one to invite you. This was very thoughtful of you.
Not at all, Adol. Without you, I would not have found what I was searching for.
Yes, you're our guest, and we'll both be your hosts. I'm sure that I can take care of the tea pouring at least. Right, Anemona?
You were always too busy playing outside with boys to learn how to.
Was it really necessary to bring that up in front of Adol of all people?
What's wrong?
No, it is not that. I was just curious to know how it would be to feel the world like the both of you.
Feel the world?
Yes. I am only a doll. There are many things I do not understand. The warmth of the sunlight, the gentle breeze of the wind, the aroma of this tea before us. I wish to feel it too, and to learn more about this world that you two love so dearly.
Anemona.
I am not used to having thoughts like this. Are they good thoughts? Or are they bad thoughts? I am only a doll. As such, I should not be having these thoughts to begin with.
You've grown up, Anemona.
Rosvita.
I think having those thoughts are what makes one human. I wonder, could it be that the thing you were searching for wasn't me, but your own self?
Oh, I remember. When Papa's alchemy experiment failed, I lost my soul, and as punishment, I was separated from you.
You've been through a lot, Anemona. You found what you lost, and you're finally with me again.
Oh.
Welcome home, Anemona. My best friend in the whole world.
I am home, Rosvita.
Thank you for bringing her home, Adol. You're the reason I was able to keep my promise to Anemona.
I wish to thank you too. It is as if there was a haze within me that has now lifted. Rosvita is right. I was really searching for my own self this whole time. You have my deepest gratitude, Adol.
I hope you don't mind coming out here with me at a time like this. I wanted to talk to you about something I didn't want anyone else to hear.
You mean...
How did you know? I guess you know me better than I thought. You already know I'm adopted, right? Well, I haven't told my siblings yet. I was planning on telling them when things weren't so chaotic. But I've been so preoccupied with work and taking care of them. I'm scared knowing that time is getting closer by the day. I'm not sure how they'll react when they find out I'm not their real sister. Yeah, and on top of that, we all recently found out that we're homunculi. Not only do I have to tell them that I'm not their real sister, but also that I'm not a real human. I don't want them to be afraid of me. Sorry, Adol. I didn't mean to unload on you like this. But I'm also too scared to tell Felix. You're the only one I can talk to. I never thought about it like that.
Aha! Caught you cheating!
Ood?
Hey, Adol. What are you two up to? Hope it's not something Felix would be worried about.
What? You're not gonna cry, are you? I wasn't really gonna tell Felix.
Hey, Ood. Let's say, hypothetically, what if I wasn't your real sister? If I wasn't related to you at all, what would you do?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Can you just answer the question, Ood?
I guess I'd be pretty surprised.
I see.
But nothing else would really change.
Huh? But, hypothetically, you'd have been living with someone who was lying to you. Wouldn't you feel betrayed? Maybe not want to live with me anymore?
Nope. You've been working hard to take care of us on your own, in place of Mom and Dad. You ask me, that's what a real family's all about, blood related or not. You could be a Roman or a monster for all I care. You'll always be our sister, Yuffie. No matter what.
Ood.
What? Are you still hung up about not being related to us?
Ood, how did you know?
You see, well, hypothetically, remember when you used to have a diary?
Don't tell me you read it. I can't believe you. There are things about Felix in there.
Well, it's your own fault for leaving it on the table instead of putting it away. You're the one who's always telling us to put our stuff away. By the way, Mark knows too, but Elle doesn't really seem to get it either way.
You... Ood! You little...
Whoa!
Hey! Get back here, young man! I'm going to crush you with a really, really big hug!
Oh, gross! Get away from me! Go do that with Felix!
Hey! Yeah, you were right. Thanks again, Adol.
right.
Oh, Adol! Go get him out there, darling.
Professor Valen. Oh dear.
Silhouette.
Yes. What would you like me to do? Are you sure? Any errands you'd like me to run? Are you sure? Stay safe out there.
There's only one more nail in the coffin left in my notebook. Work hard, so the ones looking after me can live in peace. It's a difficult one. You're really gonna ask that? At some point, I pretty much gave up on waiting for a treatment. But is it wrong that I'm still holding on to a sliver of hope?
Shall we begin our patrol, Adol?
Aprilis said to be careful in places related to the 100 Years' War.
I'd say that means we'll find the most monsters there.
Okay, let's start in those areas first.
All right, let's go, team.
Adol.
What's wrong?
It's not that. For 500 years, I've fought with my homunculus allies, much like this. I've watched them as they grew up, and I've watched them as they died. 500 years of killing Lemiries, and grieving over my fallen comrades. Over time, the weight on my heart turned it cold and callous. The pain that used to be there was replaced with emptiness. It was easier for me to think of them as puppets, and I their puppeteer. But this time, it's different. Each of them have their own challenges, their own concerns, their own unique lives. Their futures shine more brightly than the darkness I chose to live in. They reminded me of what it was like to feel human. And you, Adol, were the one who made that possible for them. How could I forget? Would it be selfish of me to say that I no longer wish for them to fight? Will there ever come a time when they'll know peace? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to burden you with my grievances. We need only to focus on the obstacle before us with all we can muster. I'll be counting on you, Adol. Would you fill that bucket with water? Hail, venerated King of Gods, Grimnir. The land, air, wind, and spirit of Glia. This day marks the forthcoming of our greatest tribulation. I beseech thee, bless our battle and thy land with thy protection.
This is...
Yes, though it is a simplified version. I perform it every year to hone my conviction and sharpen my focus. You've experienced encounters with gods in other lands, haven't you? As it so happens, I've had a similar experience myself.
You mean...
It happened quite a long time ago. At a time when I was still known as Rosvita, I grew up in a modest village. All the villagers were passionate devotees of the Norse religion. I led a peaceful life there until the day I nearly died pulling a drowning child from the river. That was when I met the King of Gods. The weight of his presence was boundless. In exchange for saving my life, Grimnir imparted a mission unto me. He tasked me with expelling the forces of the god who opposed him. That god was Luki, and the forces blessed by him were Bratai's army. To realize my mission, I volunteered for the Glian army. It was there I met my companions. Yes, but in today's world, it is known as a war between nations, not gods. After 100 years of war, Bratai no longer had the morale to continue their losing battle. It was at this time when the gods Grimnir and Luki were both slain upon the other's blade. In the chaos, I was deceived by the King of Bratai and sentenced to death by burning. After that, the Norse religion in Glia was gradually superseded by the Hieroglyph Church. That was my life. My past as Rosvita. I cannot change my actions, nor do I have any desire to. My only wish now is to continue protecting the land that my companions fought for. I am beholden to them for leaving the war in their hands.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting that response from you. I would have believed it if it were Krisha or Yufa. I'm the reason you're involved in all of this. I don't deserve your gratitude. Oh, please. I'm not accustomed to such flattery. But I don't mind the sound of it coming from you. Hold out your hand, Adol. Grimnir gave that to me. It's an emblem of authority given to the leader of the demigods who fought the Grimwald Nox. But most of its power has faded. I want you to have it, Adol.
Yeah.
I know you will. It's not my intention to burden you, Adol. If something were to happen to me...
Hey, there they are.
What brings all of you here? Were you looking for us?
Yes. We began to worry after you two had not returned. We traced your footsteps here.
What have you two been doing so far away from town? We can't take our eyes off of you for 1 minute, can we?
Guess the Saint's more human than we thought.
What are you on about?
Stop it, you guys. We're just glad that you're both safe. Wow. The view of Balduq from up here is incredible.
You can feel the energy from the festival even from here.
Whoa! I can see my fields! And look, the Colosseum!
You can see that far? Trying to spot Felix? I guess there's no stopping a cow in love.
In love? That's rich coming from a violent, runaway bird brain!
Can we stop wasting our time with this nonsense?
Hey, what's the matter with you?
Oh. I was just reminiscing about some very dear friends of mine. Listen up, Monstroms. We're all going to pray to Grimnir to watch over us in the next battle. I know. How about we do some last-minute training? We need to be at our very best.
All right.
Hey, whose side are you on anyway?
How did it go? Fine work, all of you. Use this well.
All right, that went great.
Ready to go out and play?